Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a bunch of eyeshadow palettes in front of me to talk about. These are the eyeshadow palettes that I want to play around with this coming winter. But before we talk about the eyeshadow palettes, let's marvel at my new hair. It looks very, very dark. Let's see if I can... It's a lot more red, but it looks so dark. On camera, we are embracing the mullet, the shag. We're embracing the shag cut, not the mullet. In Swedish, the hairstyle, the mullet, is actually called, like if you translate it directly, it's called hockey haircut. I don't know if it was because all of the guys playing ice hockey had a mullet back in the days, but that's what we call it, hockeyfrilla. And yeah, we're doing it. Anyways, that is beside the point. Now I have 21 22 palettes in front of me. And these are palettes that I want to play around with during this winter season. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I have like over 300. So I don't get much use out of all of them if I don't force myself and like remind myself to pull different eyeshadow palettes. So that is what we're doing. These are just from my collection. Some of them are unfortunately limited edition, but I just want to share what I want to play with, and maybe you will feel inspired to pull some similar palettes if you don't have that specific one. Like, don't you feel like all of the makeup is limited edition these days? Like, all of the eyeshadow palettes are limited edition. It makes it difficult to, I don't know, recommend things. But here we are. First off, of course, we are pulling classic winter palettes. I have these two from Odessey. This is the Christmas Eve palette. Now we have a doggo coming here. Maybe you will see him. There he is. Just outside the frame. Christmas Eve palette. I pulled this for my Pandas eyeshadow, so I have already gotten good use out of this one. But I mean, this color story is absolutely lovely. It's so nice. Like, these two are one of the best color stories in my entire collection. Still, to this day. And these released, what is it, 2 years ago now? I am working on this shade specifically, and it is what I'm wearing today on my lids. It is called Gorgeous, and it is absolutely gorgeous. But the rest of the shades are very pretty, of course, as well. The Merry Christmas palette is the more warm-toned color story. I mean, this is just sublime. I think I'm going to try and pan something in this one as well. I just want these two palettes to get a lot more love, because they are just so beautiful. As I said, probably my favorite eyeshadow color stories in my entire collection. I also did, of course, order the new ones, because I cannot help myself. So we have the new ones from this year. This is the Silvery Bliss, and it is looking like that. Darker, grungy reds. It's very pretty. I have used it once, but I want to play with it more because it's brand spanking new. I also have the Rosy Jingle here, which is also a lot lighter. Someone said, I think it was Caitlin, that like this is a Easter palette, and I can agree. I don't think about Christmas looking at this color story, but I want to play with it because it's new and it is Christmas themed. Then I pulled one. I have the two from last year. I'm pulling this one. This is the Snow Dream, because I have the other one that I've used a lot this year because it's been rolled into my Pandas eyeshadow, so I don't feel like I need to use that. I feel like I already have good use on that one. But this is a Snow Dream palette, and it's also very pretty. How many times can I say pretty in a video? But not. This is also kind of like into moving into spring, which is why I'm calling this the winter palette, not the like palettes I want to play with for Christmas. So those Oden's Eye palettes that are very on the nose Christmas themed. I'm also pulling an oldie. This is the Norns palette, and this is their old version when they had the round pans. This is just a grungy dream. I absolutely feel like this is a good Christmas story or winter story. As well, you have some of their, like, when they just started out, these were amazing shimmers. I still think they are really good, and you have a very nice grungy color tone here. Have neglected it for some time, and I do want to play with it more. And then what else? What is also on my eyes today is, this is not the typical Christmas palette. This is the Cara Beauty Confidential, and like, I'm not one of those people who find weed like, oh, it's so cool, I need everything, need the weed symbol, wow. No, I'm not. I think it's quite cringe. But the color story looks like this. And I mean, Cara Beauty is a pretty cheap brand, but apart from these two pressed glitters, we can just ignore them. Like, these are stunning shades and they perform so well on the eyes. As I said, I do have the purples. I have this one. Which one? This one on the eyes. I have this one and I have the pink one. I think this, like, I don't know. They have a good they have a good formula, basically. Let me know if you have tried anything from Cara, but I have this one and I have, like, I think 3 other ones in this size, and they are all performing really, really well. I also have this one. This is by Adept Cosmetics. It's the Plain Jane palette, and it's an all shimmer, sparkly type of palette that I have not given nearly enough love to. I would love to get a pan in one of these shades in here. Will it be possible? I don't know. But I mean, we are in the festive season. Sparkly shadows, we should go ham on all of our sparkly shades. This is absolutely beautiful. This is also not a Christmas themed palette. This is by Beauté. If you saw my last one where I pulled the eyeshadow palettes I wanted to play with for the fall, I pulled the green one, and this is the Aura one. The green one is the Envy. I just need to use these palettes because they are very pretty, but I always like forget about them. It's not the typical super Christmas story. You have like these more mustardy shades, but I still think that you can pull out a beautiful Christmas look if you have the red and like this golden shade and maybe a brown. I think I should try and pan my Beauté palettes. Do you know what's happening with them? They are rebranding, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything for a while now. Then we have, I think, so now we have a lot of limited edition ones. We have this one. This is by Beauty Bay. It's their Dark Fantasy. This is the most stunning packaging that they have released for their, like, this is from holiday 2 years ago. Is it 2 years ago? You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. This is beautiful. This is so a jewel toned dream. I love my greens, and we have some very nice sparkly shades. It's just so sad that it's a limited edition, so you can't get this anymore, because I think that this color story is absolutely gorgeous. I haven't bought a Beauty Bay palette since buying this one. I have managed to refrain myself. I don't know if it's worth it. Should I get one of their... They haven't really screamed my name, so I don't know. We have 3 palettes by Unearthly Cosmetics. So let's get them out of the way. I think it's just 3. This one is called The Dead of Night. Absolutely beautiful packaging. And this is the color story. It kind of reminds me, it's like a mix of the Aura and Envy palette by Ace Beauté. Really, really pretty. I haven't bought anything from Unearthly for a while now. Don't know why. It's like they're pulling me in, but it's still like something that's not making me pull the trigger. But this is absolutely gorgeous. I also have the old one, the In the Dark palette. This is one they were called Alien Cosmetics. They have redone this palette and changed one of these sparkly shades because they are quite similar, these iridescent ones, and I know that they made one of them a little bit more different than the other. But again, a grungy ass dream. Then we have this one. I love this theming. Smells like holiday spirit. It's when they also were called Alien Cosmetics. This is just when they changed their name. This and this one was their last like collections before they changed to Unearthly Cosmetics. And this is what that one looks like. I mean, the Nirvana theme is not escaping us anywhere. This is a grungy, colorful color story. Absolutely love it. I do have a pan here in this one, but yeah, I want to play around with this a lot more. We have some more Christmas palettes here. This one is new from this year for me. Don't know when they must have released it last year. This is by the brand Beauty Moon Cosmetics, which is a UK based indie brand. And this is called In the Bleak Midwinter, I think. And it's so pretty. These shades are really, really stunning. It's just I think the color story really reflects this beautiful packaging. I can absolutely see these colors in the Bleak Midwinter. Lighter, more pastel-y tones, but absolutely beautiful. Then we have the Frozen Dreams, also from UK-based brand. This is by the Pastel Roses. And this is looking a bit... Oh no! What's happening? It looks like a shade has been like leaking. Like, look at this. What's going on here? What is even happening? This is the color story. Pastel Roses has absolutely stunning special shades. They are just very, very sparkly. But now I don't know if they are drying up because something has leaked and gone wrong here. Don't know. But I want to use this one more. By the looks of it, maybe I should try and hit some pans here. Could be good. We have by the French indie brand Micka Beauty Shop. This is the Glacier palette. Also very on theme. This looks like Nordic lights palette. Absolutely beautiful. They have a really nice formula. The only issue with Micka Beauty Shop is that it takes such a long time when you order something because everything is pre-order, so it's like made by like when you order it. So it takes a hell of a lot, a long time to get your shit, but I want to play with that one. I also have this lovely packaging. It's bulky, but it's very pretty. This is by the Belgian indie brand Martine Cosmetics. It's their holiday release, I also think 2 years ago. This is a lot more warm toned. You have a lot of reds, mustard here, and then you have your classic greens. We cannot deny that this is a very Christmassy palette, so we are playing with that one. And then let's talk about this one. This is by Nomad Cosmetics. It's the New Zealand Stargazing palette. And I was so surprised playing around with this one. You have so, like, their multichromes in this one perform so nicely on the lids. They are very, very special. So I absolutely love this. I didn't think I was gonna like it that much. I mean, I obviously like the color story because I bought it, but like getting that to use the palette on my eyeballs, I was blown away. This is absolutely beautiful. You can still get this one, so if you are interested, you should definitely look into it. I have two palettes by Cosmic Beauty, not Cosmic Brushes. The given one is the Wonderland palette. I think this was released last winter, right? This takes my breath away every time I use it on my eyes. It is so beautiful. The mask works so well. Everything looks so soft and blended without me like doing anything. It's just probably my favorite eyeshadow formula in my entire collection. Absolutely, absolutely lovely. And I also like that there aren't like your typical blues in here, because sometimes I feel like, for example, Nomad, they have so much blue in their eyeshadow palettes all the time, and I'm not the most into blue, but this one is just different. You have a blue here, but then you have like purple and minty tones, and it's not your typical blues, which I really appreciate. But then we do have our typical blues. This is the Cooltrals that released this year. So this is like a denim neutral palette, perfect for this time of the year when I want to wear maybe some more blues than normal. But here again, like the formula on these shadows, absolutely beautiful. And then finally, two palettes that you cannot get anymore, but I of course need to play with them because they are expensive. By the time, I think these were like the most expensive palettes that I had ever bought. I'm talking about my Pat McGrath Mega palettes. This is the Mothership Mega Celestial Odessey. 3 years ago now, is it? This is what that one looks like. It was expensive for what it is, but I have it, so I want to play with it. I mean, the shadows work well. It's nothing wrong with this palette. I now see that I have gold sparkle. It looks like it's intentional, but no, it's just from some eyeshadow everywhere. Okay. Then we have 2 years ago the Artistry palette, which is this big one, and that is the color story. Of course I got this one because you had a purple, you had a green, you had this bright blue. Otherwise, I mean, these pinks, what is she even doing? Why all these pinks all the time? Tell me. It's beyond me. But we are gonna play with these ones this time. During this season. So those are the palettes that I am planning to use this winter season. Let me know what you think. Do you have any of these? Are you pulling them this season, or are you just not interested in like seasonal specific palettes, or are you just grabbing whatever you feel like? I feel like having a pile of like shop my stash make eyeshadow palettes helps me because I have so many eyeshadows anyways. So like curating it a bit is better for me to make sure that I actually get some use out of everything in my collection. And yeah, 22 palettes, I should be able to work through them during this season. But yeah, let me know what you think, or just say hi. I always love to hear from you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!